Alan, Wasalan, with the nasty pastor, and I'm back with another read from out of Ramses, the Son of Light, Volume 1, Series 1. We're gonna push through. Believe we get ready to start chapter 5. And yeah, chapter 5. And so far it's been enlightening. It's been a real introduction to the young man, how he has was trained to be to be the heir of the throne. It tapped into some things about Moses, and it showed how the differences in their upbringing. That was something I wanted to know. Got my answer on that, got a good understanding of that part. And let's roll, you know what I mean? Let's roll. A promise is a promise, says Sata. Is it really you? Sata looked different, unshaven, without a wig, dressed in an antelope skin tunic covered with pockets. He bore a little resemblance to a top university graduate. He had almost been turned away from the palace before one of the guards finally recognized him. What's happened to you? I'm doing my job and I'm keeping my word. Where are you taking me? You will see. Unless you're too scared, you can always back out of your promise, you know. Ramses' eyes blazed. Let's go. Perhaps perched on donkeys, they made their way through the city, rose south along a canal, then branched out into the desert, headed toward an old burial ground. It was Ramses' first trip outside the lush valley and into this disturbing world where the laws of man held no sway. Tonight's the full moon, said Satar, his eyes dancing eagerly. All the snakes will come out. The donkeys were following a path the prince would never have been able to pick out. At a steady, sure-footed pace, they headed deep into the deserted cemetery. They had left behind the blue Nile, the green fields, here as far as the eye could see, stretched sand, silence, and wind. Ramses felt in his bones why in the temple priest called the desert Set's red land, Set the god of thunder and cosmic fire, had burnt this desolate soul, but had also cleansed the human race of time and corruption. He had inspired the eternal dwelling place where mummies never decompose. That was something I was trying to figure out, did they have graveyards, you know what I'm saying? I know they had these temples for these pharaohs, and somewhere I read long ago, there are temples, like for the the regular residential for the civilians, the regular residential people, and it'd be a temple for their whole family, their bloodline. So when you look at the two great pyramids, you try to. Well, I tried to. Why so big? You got what I'm saying? What? And then I was thinking, you know what I mean? Maybe one pyramid is for the for women. The other pyramid is for men. You know what I mean? It was a lot of ways I was thinking of it, and a lot of ways that I looked at it. But who knows? Who knows how it was? Who knows if they'll ever let you in there, where that you could really see if there's a bunch of tombs in there. So life will with time, how they put it, tell how anything go up in Egypt. So Ramses took a breath of the bracing air. Pharaoh was the master of his red land, just as he ruled the rich black earth that gave Egypt so much food. He must know the desert's secrets, use his strength, channel his power. We can still turn back if you want to, Satar told him. Let's hope that night comes soon, said Ramses. A snake with a reddish back and yellow belly darted past Ramses and slithered between two rocks. Harmless, Satar said. Hundreds of them live around deserted tombs. In the daytime, they sleep inside. Follow me, the young friends went down a steep slope with a ruined monument at the bottom. Ramses lunged back. No mummies in here? It's cool and dry inside, you will see. Nothing to be afraid of, Satar lit an oil lamp. Ramses found himself in a sort of grotto with rough-hewn walls and ceiling. Perhaps the tomb had never been occupied. The snake charmer had brought in several low tables where he had arranged a whetstone, bronze razor, wooden comb, gourd, writing boards, scribe's kit, and pot after pot of creams and unguents. Jars held ingredients used in remedies, asphalt brass fillings, lead oxide, red ochre, alum, clay, and a variety of dried plants, including brawny, white sweet clover, castor oil, valerian. In the gathering dusk, the sun turned orange. The desert was a sea of gold, rippling with veils of sand that skipped from dune to dune. Take off your clothes, Hatai demanded. When the prince had stripped, his friend coated him with a thick puree of onions and water. Snakes can't stand the smell. He explained, by the way, did you mention where you're going to be working? Nowhere. A prince without a job must be another favor for Sari. No, an order from my father, so he wasn't impressed with the way you handled the bull. Let's close this out. Well, yeah, let's close this out right there. And now we did get an answer to how Seti felt about him not killing the bull. You got what I'm saying? We did get that answer, so you know there was a little unpleased about that. And I didn't know snakes, onions make snakes back away from you. I know garlic, they're attracted to garlic. They'll come to you for some garlic. You know what I mean? But look, that was a read. Very, I said, nothing to really dig into besides for the snake part, you know what I mean? It shows that they're really trying to get these snakes, learn how to charm them, learn how to control them, and that was a part of being a pharaoh, in the land of Egypt, Kemet, Africa. That was something Ramses loved to do. The residents also, you know what I mean. If I'm correcting what I see on TV, you go to Egypt, Upper Africa, Kemet, ancient Kemet. You know what I mean? You see these little, you see people playing with snakes all the time. So that was a part of the culture also. And, I can agree with it because we, in order to build that civilization, we had to have been mind controlling these animals to behave as we needed them to. But you've been with the Nasty Pastor. This has been a read from Ramses, Volume 1, Series 1, The Son of Light, Chapter 5. I'm out, and I love you.